Good morning, caller. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, Sandy. This is Dexter here. I
Hey,
just got back
Dexter.
from Honduras.
Yes, sir. How was your trip?
It was great. It was
Yes, good.
very spiritual and rewarding. But that's
Nice.
what I call you about. That can be another time. I've been to, God knows, must be 20 different places in my life. I'm 76 years here. Haven't had any problem with immigration at all. I just want um, to tell you what happened when I was leaving the airport to come back and Cayman Airways on Friday. I
Oh, okay.
I presented my documents to this immigration officer, and she was reluctant to give me. After a couple about 10 minutes, was holding on to my passport. So I said, "What happened?" Javier, who works at A.L. Thompson's, his wife was right there, and she said, "What happened?" He said that I didn't. They had no record that I had met the immigration officer when I came in to Honduras, and that was a lie. When I arrived, I was
Mm-hmm.
standing in line. So someone um, from the immigration section taken me on to go to the front of the line because Javier and his family he had five in his family, three children and wife. And I spoke to Reba Dilbert, who was going on. She was in transit to um, Benaico,
Mm-hmm.
and she went. They were helping her because she was in a wheelchair. So after she went, then I went to this immigration officer, woman, and she was on the phone. She was looking up on her computer. I was there for about over 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
She handed me my my passport, and I didn't check to see if it was stamped. You
So,
know how many
so let
people?
me let me just be clear. This is coming back into Cayman.
No, this was when I was arrived. So I wanted to paint a picture, the whole scenario,
Oh.
and she was on the phone. The immigration officer was on the phone talking, and she was fiddling around with her computer. After a while, she give me my passport,
Mm-hmm.
and I said, "Is everything okay?" She shook her head, and she signaled me to go, to go and pick up my suitcase. I was there for 2 weeks, and Friday when I was ready to going through the immigration, went um, no problem at all with Cayman Airways.
Mm-hmm.
I went and presented my passport to her, and she told Javier's wife, because she's asked what was wrong. She said that I had never checked into the immigration, and it was the same woman. It was the same immigration officer that checked me and Javier and his family when we came in. So
Mm.
Javier's wife said to her,
Hmm.
but you were the same one that checked us through."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She says, "Yeah, I remember you," but she couldn't remember me. Christ, I look like Colonel Sanders. I look like Colonel Sanders in Kentucky Fried Chicken. So how could you not remember my face?
Mm.
So so anyway,
Mm-hmm.
I said, "What's the problem?" She says, "Well, now I'm gonna have to pay a fine of almost $7,000. Another time, I will give you the exact amount." And she would not give me my passport. It happened so that Javier
Mm-hmm.
knew the manager for Cayman Airways, and I big shout out to the manager of Cayman Airways.
Mm-hmm.
He went to her and told her what had happened. She took the money out of her because I didn't have. They wouldn't even take. They wouldn't even take um, a debit card. I would have to go to some place in town and that way I would miss my flight. So she straightened it out for me. She paid the 260. It was equivalent to 260 American dollars, US dollars. And when I went back, she was still there, but she handed my passport over to another immigration officer. So I said to her, "What is the name of that officer there?" "Oh, she don't know her name. That's what the woman tell me." I said, "You go work with her, and you don't know who her name is?" I said, "There's more to it than meets the eye. Where there's smoke, there's fire. This is a," and I said that where everybody could hear me. "This is a scam." I don't like to generalize or be judgmental, but that is what it seems to me. So then I said, I took my camera and took a picture of her, the immigration officer, which I will send it to you later on, and I will also send you the name of the officer, and I'll probably tomorrow. And she says, "No, you can't do that. You got to delete that." So I deleted it, but it went into my trash. And one of Javier's children, she brought it back up. So that's how I got the picture. So they're not very smart. And I want to warn people going there. The reason why I don't like to hear dirty laundry, but I think people should be aware of it, or even the government should be aware of what's going on. Because if I could not pay that $250, I would have been stuck in Honduras until I got it straightened up till Tuesday flight. That's ridiculous, man. And it really leaves a bad taste in
Mr.
my mouth.
Dexter, let me just clarify
Uh-huh.
something, right? So this is at the ticket agent in Honduras counter?
No, not the ticket agent.
Where is this?
This was
Customs,
at the
immigration.
immigration. This was at the immigration. I passed. I went through the ticket counter representative, and I paid for two suitcases.
Okay.
This was at the immigration office. It had two or three immigration officers. At the time, there was only two there, and she gave me how would I put it?
So you
And
see immigration officers when you're leaving Honduras?
yeah,
Oh.
yeah, and just before you get to the departure, the only help that I got out of there, if that Cayman Airways manager hadn't come to my rescue, I could not have leave Honduras. And I said, where are you going to take me to jail? That's the last place I want to go. Sunday, I've been to about 20 because my last wife, she was a manager, came on to British Airways, so I could fly all over the place. So I've been to about 20 different places, no immigration issue at all. And then there was another guy that I was in the restroom, and another guy came in there and he said, um, you know, it happened to me the same way. I had to go and pay another. I paid $260 as well. So this must be a scam that is going on between her and the operators to make money.
Well, and
But
I mean, I wouldn't put it past, I wouldn't put it past them, but I mean, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I only been to Honduras one
it was,
time, but
but
what a
all
mess.
she had to do was to take responsibility. It was her fault by her not paying attention on the computer, on
Hmm.
the phone, and she, I don't know, she forgot to stamp my passport. But I know I did everything. All she had to do was when she was giving me a hard time in my departure, if she had said, you know, I made a mistake,
Hmm.
acknowledge she was wrong,
Hmm. Hmm.
but she didn't do that.
Hmm. Hmm.
You know,
Um, very, very strange. I mean, child, I can barely figure out our own procedures in Cayman, much less what's going on in Honduras. but
Yeah, I mean,
it should
I,
be
I,
something that, yeah, definitely your people should be concerned about.
but I'm going to write the head of customs or head of immigration and get everything straightened out. But I'm going to send you a picture of her that I brought back up on my phone, and Javier has her name, and I'm going to also send that that people can be aware of what is going on at the airport.
Hmm. Hmm.
Anyways,
Thank you,
Sandy,
my dear.
it was it was really rewarding, humbling experience, and humbling and spiritual experience to go there on a missionary trip. It
Hmm.
it makes me realize how blessed we are here in this island. See all the poverty and stuff.
Hmm. Hmm. Thank you, my dear. I
Okay,
appreciate it.
okay,
All
Sandy.
right, honey. Thanks very much.
Bye.
Um, wow, what a hot mess. So a few people confirming that yes, Honduras has immigration checkpoints for both arrival and departure. I would think they'd be happy for you to be leaving and could care less. They'd be like, bye. See you next time. Okay, what a hot mess. Thank you, Mr. Dexter. Um, Maybe we'll hear a bit more about your missionary trip and stuff as well. I would love to hear. Leroy says they're probably scamming you. Who knows? I mean, listen, I can't speak to what's going on in Cayman sometimes, much as